Really the most important mayfly emergence on the Madison River and several other western rivers, the Gallatin, parts of the Yellowstone, is the Epeorus, the pink ladyhatch, late in the summer. And the spinner is extremely important in the evening, and quite often there'll be a spinner fall in the morning. And people miss this spinner activity. They think, oh my God, trout are feeding on caddis. And you've got to have an Epeorus spinner, and you have to know when to change to it. You'll see a different rise form, that classic head and tail sip to a spinner, and people go, oh, yep, they're taking caddis. They're taking Epeorus spinners. You'll catch an additional few fish every evening if you are on top of things. This fly is easy to tie. You'll note it incorporates foam, so it floats like a cork. I use this fly for imitating spinners such as gray drakes, green drakes, small western green drakes, brown drakes, the foam hackle spinner. Simply a few tail fibers, and bear in mind, Epeorus occupy bumpy water. So we're going to put a few fibers. Not just going to splay out a couple of fibers to imitate the tails. We're going to put a few fibers to help float this fly pattern. You can get by with several fibers on an Epeorus spinner. It's an extremely important fly in the West. There are several streams that it's just paramount that you carry Epeorus spinners. And a lot of people, those in the know, some of the old guys, they call them pink ladies, and they're the guys that really do well with during an Epeorus spinner fall. Okay, tails. This is a TMC 100 hook, my favorite dry fly hook. Going to carry that forward, very slender body up forward to a point where we're going to tie in a section of closed cell foam. And the foam is going to back the hackle fiber wings that are used for the spinner wings. It greatly adds again in flotation. You can see this fly a mile away. It requires no constant babysitting with desiccant to float it. This fly floats like a cork. Two things right here. You can either wrap the hackle forward right now, or you can put a real slight dub body, slight dub thorax here if you want to. I'll put just so that the hackle can bite into something rather than just basically a bare hook shank. That's Pink Lady spinner dubbing, superfine dubbing. And now we're going to take several turns of hackle, open turns, 4, 5, 6 turns, however many you want to put in. Again, you're fishing sometimes very bumpy water with a spinner, so it doesn't hurt to put on an extra heavy wing, down wing of hackle fibers. Trim this. Some people right now will take this foam and pull it forward, separating, which I will do if I'm fishing. Notice how that is? It separates those fibers into the wing. Just pull that down. A couple of good turns. And I should mention, some people will cut a V in the hackle wing prior to their pulling the wing for the foam forward. Just depends on how heavy you want that hackle wing. You can always trim a few fibers out of the way later. If you trim them out now while you're in the tying process, it's a saga because you can't add them once you're done. Now, what we're going to do at this stage is we're going to turn our fly upside down and cut a V in the hackle. That's our foam hackle spinner, Pink Lady style. Again, we tie them in green drakes, small western green drakes, brown drakes, gray drakes. Very effective fly, floats like a cork. Wonderful pattern.